Yo, what's up guys? It is Overgis over here coming at you with some StarCraft Brood War. Now, this game was played from a Discord server that I am a part of, Falcon Paladin. You can check him out. And it was played on a map that I created. The name of this map is Amenotejikara, but first, let me introduce the players. So here to the bottom left, we have our blue protoss. It is TwistedHalfling. And to the top, we have our red Terran. It is 4Phoenix. So, this map is named Amenotejikara. And as you can see, this map is basically 2,000 atmospheres from StarCraft 2. Got a wide open natural, triangular third base on the low ground. We got 3 height levels. Quite a beautiful map. But let's get into the game. Bro, I'm gonna go for the gas steal. In the barracks, only almost done. Not gonna pull any SCVs to kill that gas. There's no point in doing it. You're not gonna need it until the Marines are going to be popping out anyway. Now, we are going to go for a 2-Rex opener. 4Phoenix just going to get to work on that assimilator. Meanwhile, we have the Cyber Core coming up for our blue Protoss, as is the standard. And a Zealot making his way across the map. Second Rex completed. We have a Manor Pylon blocking some of the SCVs inside of that little nook in the minerals. Marines changing their target, working on that pylon, but the SCVs are being targeted by that Zealot. Needs to pull back that Marine. SCVs attacking the pylon. Zealot gets knocked down by the Marines. And Marines just taking care of all of that Protoss that is inside of his base. Got another gateway coming in for our blue Protoss. And we have Marines and SCVs making their way across the map. Singularity charge being researched. That SCV is going to die. He lived a long life. And the gas still hasn't been killed in the main base of 4Phoenix. SCVs pushing their way to the front of the fight. Gonna start up a bunker Another bunker going down. And we got the Robo about to finish for our protoss player. Gonna have to go Reavers off of this. Getting more Dragoons. Now, these Dragoons do have range, so they should be able to outrange these bunkers. The problem is the gateways are under fire. And just parade pushing across the map. These barracks are rallied across to the side of the protoss, it seems. Robotics Bay being started. And we have the Natural Command Center coming up for our Terran in the red pajamas, also sending more SCVs across the map. 4 Marines pushing into those Dragoons, going to pick them off at the cost of 1, 2. Can he get 3 Marines for that? He can. Going to try to kill that Robo before the Reaver finishes. Second gateway goes down. There are no more gateways that are left up for the Protoss player. Reaver on the way out. Robotics Bay having been taken down. The Reaver is out, but with no reinforcements. Massive shot from the Reaver. 5 Marines, a few SCVs going down. More Marines are going to push that Dragoon, going to kill it. Two more Marines go down to that Reaver. And all things considered, Twisted Halfling did take a lot of damage, but there wasn't a lot of damage to his actual economy. On the other side, we see 4 Phoenix with 17 SCVs, and many of those are over here on this side of the map. So, all in all, 4 Phoenix, I would say, is slightly ahead, but only because Twisted Halfling doesn't have an army that he can go push across the map to kill 4 Phoenix with. So 4 Phoenix has a bit of a better opportunity to build up at this very moment. Gonna get up to 4 gateways, got the observatory. Now, the robotics facility never went down, so we could still potentially see some more Reavers. We're just going to need to plant down another Robo Bay. Is that what I think it is? Oh, you can't zoom in to see underneath it. I think that is a missile turret underneath the engineering bay. Yes, yes, that is a missile turret underneath the engineering bay. So this engineering bay being right here is a green flag to fly in with maybe a shuttle or with an arbiter. And that missile turret being there could potentially pose a hazard to whatever Twisted Halfling might want to do. We've got siege mode on the way, siege tanks. That mech transition is now on the way. 4 Dragoons, 2 Reavers, 2 Dragoons. We are doubling down on the probe production. That natural base has just finished. But you can see they both are relatively at an equal economy. And the game has stabilized. We are going to see a mid-game. 3 Marines in that bunker. 2 Marines in that one. This is going to keep our Terran player safe from those drops. Going to have a vertical line of factories. And we see a shuttle south side of the main base of Fort Phoenix, looking to get some damage done. Now the barracks is in an okay spot, but it will not be able to see that shuttle coming in from that angle. 2 Reavers are going to be dropped off. They are going to focus on the bunker rather than on the SCVs. And because of that, they only get 2 SCV kills, 4 SCV kills, a bunker kill, some Marine kills, and possibly a tank. The shuttle is going to load up and get out. We see the missile turret picking off that shuttle. That's crazy. That's crazy. Are we going to see another SCV reinforce push? I think that's what's happening. This Ragnarok looking kind of sus. Only one of the mines detonated on the Dragoon. The Dragoon did not get killed from that. Now, we see Zealots fighting tanks and Dragoons fighting Vultures. Observer going to spot that mine. It's not going to get anything done. SCV's here repairing the tanks. Now, we are going to push down into this tank setup here. Missile turret being attempted, getting the cancel on it. And that is Fort Phoenix being pushed back. With an amazing fight for TwistedHalfling. Siege tank sieging up. Keeping that main base safe and that natural as well. Now, we still have 2 SCVs on this side of the map. Potentially getting some information. And we do see this SCV following this probe as it's on its way to make a nexus. We have a 4th base coming out for our blue protoss, who has opted to skip expanding at this low ground location because siege tanks can siege right there and just shell away at it. Solid decision making. Once you secure this high ground is whenever this base becomes safe to take. Likewise with the corner bases, actually. Now, we have vultures running into the 3rd base location, going to kill a ton of probes. Zealot's going to clean up those vultures. But no doubt did get a ton of probe kills. That was quite a few. SCV scouting that third base location for 4 Phoenix. Not dropping it. There we go. Dropping it down now. Vulture bikes laying down those spider mines. I keep wanting to call them widow mines. Siege tanks on the way down, going to push possibly into this cranny right here. Going to get the siege on that base. No, looks like we're going right down to the low ground again. Going to get our vultures to lay the mines. Sieging from the low ground is also a viable strategy, but in Brood War, units firing from low ground to high ground can miss about 50% of the time. So I would have much rather for Phoenix to have pushed a little bit further to the right in this even scenario right here. Now we see TwistedHalfling preparing for a push like that. SCVs funneling down the ramp, going to trigger all of those spider mines. Spider mines flying into the Dragoons. Vultures coming from the left side and from the north. Protoss is forced to back up. They cannot engage on top of those tanks. And if you cannot get on top of tanks, you do not want to be near them. Backing up, I believe, was the right call. Now, going to push forward as those siege tanks are unsieged. Going to get those zealots on top of the tanks, and that is all she wrote for this little push right here. Now, these missile turrets are going to be annoying because this Arbiter is going to lose its shields. Could potentially take down the Arbiter if he's not careful. Now, this Arbiter is in the red. This Dragoon is going to go down. This push could potentially resume. We have 3 SCVs here, a tank, and we have more pushing into this location. We can potentially see a fork attack here. This location has definitely been scouted by our Red Terran. He can definitely push into here as well as into here. The Wall of Terran. And likewise, TwistedHalfling can set up an advance this way as well. Can even go down this ramp, up this way, and set up a 3-way concave. Very large. Very large crescent shape. SCV going to scout the corner base, make sure nothing's happening. Meanwhile, we have a 5th base being taken by our blue Protoss. More siege tanks going to join this forward camp. And we have a probe with gas in his mouth, chilling under the Arbiter. Vulture's going to make sure that this base does not mine for a little while. They are going to begin attacking at the Nexus and the Pylon. Now, Vultures don't do a ton of damage to buildings, but if left unchecked, they do have the potential to kill this. So this does need to be answered, and the answer will be 4 Dragoons. I don't actually think that these 4 Dragoons can kill these Vultures. Maybe if the mines were in a different spot. Meanwhile, we do see that fork push happening. Those tanks are going to be annoying. Now, we could also potentially see one of these tanks come down to the low ground, set up shop right here, and start shelling away at these minerals. And 4 Phoenix has left the game. That is GG. And honestly, I get it. I get it, man. I get it. You're Terran. You're on 2 bases. You just lost your 3rd base. For some reason, nothing is showing up right here. Yeah, you're Terran, you're on 2 bases, your main's about to mine out, you just lost your 3rd base, your Protoss opponent is getting up to 5 bases, you're trying to push to 3rd base, nothing's working out, they have arbiters already. It was just, it was a rough game. It would have been really difficult to come back from that. Now, we did see this base, we did see this base come up. We did see this base come up. Maybe a little bit of an early GG. We could have potentially seen some more fight, but it was a wonderful game. And honestly, from the moment that that 4 Phoenix was pushed out of Twisted's base, if the game went on for even 10 more minutes after that, it would have been an epic game anyway. And the fact that Twisted managed to come back from that position, he was basically dead. He was reduced to no gateways in a robo. The fact that he came back from that is mind-boggling to me. Great game by both players. GG. And if you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.